buzzing. I've been able to, it's the first time I've been able to stream live on YouTube when it's not from the computer. Or is this working as well? Let's get them all on. Are they working? YouTube is now. And Facebook is buzzing. We're there. Right. Back again. I'm cross-posting as well for the first time on a couple of pages. One of them's mine, one of them's not mine, so we'll see what happens there. So I thought I'd start off with an Abominable Snowman. These are available now to pre-order. I was giving a nice little example of it there on YouTube. Can't focus the camera, but as you can see, so his head. Can I focus the camera on here? No. If I go back there, no. Right, so you can see his hand there. It's made out of a rat meat, so its head's the rat's ball sack. Its teeth are in its arsehole, and it's just the back end of a rat with a few clever cuts. You can see from behind there. If you see his face, with the googly eyes, they will wobble. They will give you a bit of a wobble. So what do we think of him? They're available to pre-order now, and I'll start making them when I can get back to the studio when isolation's over. But that's a little something. Right, next then. Let's go through these. Look at these. These are the rings that I've made out of mouse's bumholes. So you're probably going to get a clearer view of it on YouTube, to be fair. The links are all in here either way. And if you've got the time and you've got a Twitch account, please subscribe to me Twitch. Yeah, I don't want your money out on there. I just want the people, the subscribers, so I can get seen by a wider audience. That's how it seems to work. I'm going to be using it either way because I want to play Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. Figured I might as well let other people see it. But you see this is really hard to do. I'm trying to aim for two very different cameras. So these are mouse bumhole rings. You can see the tails inside. If I open that a little bit, do I get a bit of sunlight? Can you see that now? Is that better or worse? Let me try popping on a light. Look at that, that's made the world of difference, hasn't it? That a fucking bit of a light bulb coming on. Right, don't fuck all. But you can see them, they're me. So you can see here, that's the mouse. No, the mouse's arsehole is there. And then the tail goes, this is really, the tail goes round. So that's there. You do get a lot of a clearer view on YouTube. Now then we've got key rings. This key ring here has got a bit of mouse rib cage inside. And all the key rings are different. So we've got even a lizard tail. These key rings, them three key rings there are £3 each. These ones are £8 because they're a bit of a faff to make. So what these are here is the spine and kidneys of a mouse in a little teddy bear. Got some, if you're not into dead animals, I've got these. These are geodes with dinosaurs coming out of them. Nothing too creepy about them. Kind of nice, kind of sweet, you know. Butterflies in key rings. Real butterflies. Real key ring. Here's a day-old chicken's heart. So you get a day-old baby chicken, you skin it, and then I harvest its heart. Sometimes it's lungs, sometimes it's feet, sometimes it's eyes, and you put its heart in little trinkets, mate. So this is one in a robot here. You get a nice little chain on there. Let's show you these. These are a bit of lung, bit of mouse lung in there. Bit of mouse lung. And then we've got another bit of rib cage. So if we compare the rib cages, you see they come in all different shapes and that. You see they're bound to be all different, you know, you get something a little bit different from each of them. If you're not into the dinosaur geode key rings, I've got just geodes on key rings. You know, just a little bit of something simple. And then I've got mouse hearts. So these are real mouse hearts inside, little hearts. Now people moan on Reddit and that saying, oh, you shit at resin and stuff when there's all bubbles and dents and scratches. There's not scratches, it's where I scrape the sharp bits of flash off. But I do that because everyone's heart gets broken and that in it, and you know, people are quite poetic about hearts, so I don't get why I can't be. But yeah, they're from mainly from young mice. The older mice, the hearts are a bit too big to fit into these. So I got a bunch of them. These are my kidney stones. So my kidney stones aren't real kidney stones, but they are real kidneys. So I get kidneys out of mice, harvest them, and then it's a nice big one in there, juicy little one, and put them in little diamonds, mate. That's why they're kidney stones. These are some mouse ears. Got some mouse ears in a key ring. What do you think of them? 3 mouse ears as well. Thought it'd be weird to put 3 in, because that means somewhere there was a spare ear left over, which probably went on a pebble pal. I can show you a pebble pal. Give me a minute, I'll show you Peblo. You have to keep him in the cupboard because the cat likes to play with him. Here's Peblo. Peblo is a pebble. I've drawn a smiley face on him with a couple of googly eyes, bit of rabbit fur. That's a real mouse tail, and some mouse legs. They all come with a care plan. They're not all as big as Peblo because it turns out it's pretty expensive to ship a pebble in the post. But they are, just for the YouTube guys. There's Peblo. Quite like Peblo, not gonna lie. That's why I kept him. I don't often keep much of what I make, but I have kept Peblo and an abominable snowman. So you can even see Baz there in the background. So there's my abominable snowman. What else? Oh, there's another ear, leftover ear there in that key ring. It's not the best of lighting. It is pissing it down outside, so it's pretty dark in here. A bit of intestine, a bit of tail, and a paw. Let's show you these key rings. We'll show you them side by side. They work as bottle openers, or if you're really, you know, romantic, you could share it with a partner and say, oh, together they make a love art, but really they're bottle openers. So in there we've got, from this side, which is your left, I think, my right, this is intestine, a mouse's intestine. Then we got a skinned and dried out mouse's tail, and this here is a mouse's paw in there. For the YouTube guys, there's a bit of intestine. There's the skinned mouse's tail, and there's the mouse's paw. What else do we have keyring like? Oh, with the intestines as well, sometimes it's nice to make some shapes out of them. But not just shapes like that. Sometimes I like to draw faces with them, or pictures. So I called this one the face of Ra, with a silent T, because it's made out of bits of rat and mice. So you've got mouse intestine, mouse tails, bits of mouse lung. I think that's a bit of a rat's tail there, making up the nose. A mouse's ear for a nostril. And then the mouth here is intestine, and the buck teeth are also made from intestine. So you can see that there, and you could wear it as a mask. It'd be a shit mask, but it would work to a degree. Then what else do we have? Do we have anything else in the key rings that's worth showing, or have I showed at least one of them all? Some of the feet, there's smaller ones as well. So there's a little foot there, tiny little foot, like that kids' film with the dinosaurs. And like I say, you know, if you do like dinosaurs, then I've got dinosaurs coming out of key rings. If you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I've seen all this before, I've already seen all your bits, fucking buzzing, thank you for seeing them before, you know, paying me that much attention and remembering. But if you have got a minute, go and find us Twitch, it's in the description on the video. And then give us a sub on there. You don't have to fucking pay, or I don't think you do anyway. I just want to get the subs on there because then people can find me more. And I can eventually use that when I can get back to making me taxidermy. I can use that then as a means of advertising as well. So this is a gingerbread man with a mouse's heart inside, on a key ring. Now I do think that will be the end of the key rings for the different types of them. I got the odd one with a little bit of bone in, and show you that. a little bit of bone in there. Goes a bit bubbly though, the bone, because it does eat and let out juice. Inside the keyring, of course, not like all over the fucking table around. Got dinosaurs. I haven't got any of the T-Rexes with me. Well, I've got one with me. I've got one T-Rex with me. But here's what I call a Brachyhartosaurus, and these will be on keyrings. So this is it's got a day-old chicken's heart inside a little Brachiosaurus. That's why I call them Brachyhartosaurus. Now that's it for the smaller stuff. So we can get onto the more fun stuff now. Let's pop these bits, a few of these bits away at least, just to clear a bit of space. Now we've got a box of goodness, box of dead stuff. This is what we like, innit? So we have here Just Married. If you, this is weird. It flips it for one camera but not for the other. So Just Married, written in chicken mouse intestines. Here's a little creature. I call these fossils. So I'll spell it now on the comments on my Facebook. These are called fossils. So you can see it's like faux fur but faux fossils. So we've got well, I've used fish, and on this one here is that's fish with some mouse legs attached to it. A little pleco with even littler mouse hands. And this one is a goldfish with some lizard arms and lizard legs from two different types of lizards. Call this one Fifish Faux, or Fifo fish, like the giants because it looks like the giants. But it kind of also looks like it would be the pet to these creatures. Like how we have dogs as a subservient species, I think that these guys here, these chicken-headed lizard monsters, would have the fish monsters as pets. On a little lead, look, imagine that on a lead, just queuing up for the speed bank, getting 50 quid out of the bank, you know. What do we think? We got little monsters. We got these iron lung, so that's a mouse lungs with mouse legs inside a little robot. And he's a bit blurred on that side, so you know, if you're a teacher or something, you could pop him on your desk and your head of department won't know, your students may not know exactly what's in there, you know, and you could just something for you to look at. We got love hearts again, but these don't have hearts inside. These have got mouse intestines in. Look at all them intestines. There's a fair bit in there. They make the shape up quite nicely. Nice bit of colouring. You see they're all a bit different. Got these pin badges, Stegosaurus pin badges with a day-old chicken's heart inside. So these are from the Hearty Dinosaurs. They're just a little bit of an experiment. But they do work. But they're a bit cheaper than what they will be on my website at the minute. Here's a lizard's arsehole. That's a lizard's bumhole in there. You see that's where its body would connect. That's where its tail was attached to. And then just inside there, it's hard to get across on this camera, but you see the difference where them bubbles are emanating from. I tried to squeeze bubbles out of the bumhole so it kind of looks like they're farting, but it doesn't always work, and this ended up with a lot of bubbles inside anyway. So you'll find that a lot of my resin stuff at the minute's a little bit cheaper than what it would normally be, just because I made it in the cold. The bubbles don't rise as well. But yeah, that's a lizard's arsehole. Not sure what type of lizard, but it is a lizard's bumhole. There's other bumholes as well. I've got the bumhole of a millipede somewhere, but we'll get to that when we find him. Here's another little fossil. This one has got a crab's body, a mouse's body, and the arms of a chameleon. And the rib cage of the mouse is on the head, so the head's made out of a crab's body. And he's just a little, just a cool little thing, mate. Just, people keep moaning at me saying, oh, they're pointless, everything you make is pointless. And it's not pointless though, because I make rats into pencil cases, and they've got built-in pencil sharpeners, so you can sharpen your pencil up its arsehole. I've got magnetic mouse earrings that you can wear or display on your fridge, or use them on your fridge to display your kids' artwork. I once made a fully functional rabbit toaster. That's not useless. I mean, it was useless when I actually sold it. I removed the wiring and that so it wouldn't burn the customer's house down. But here's the head of a mouse that I've peeled the skin off. And here's a chicken's heart, a baby chicken's heart. So it magnifies it a little bit. So it's nice for a little study piece if you like, just to get a better idea. You get a better idea of what it looks like in the domes rather than in the dinosaurs because you've not got the contours of it getting in the way. Here's a baby chameleon. They're just a little bit of something nice, just to have, you know. All of the lizards and that have died naturally. A lot of reptiles die in pet shops, especially young ones. So I just go and collect them every now and then. Same for the fish and crabs and that. They're all from local pet shops. This is called a coolie loach. It's a type of tropical fish that you can buy for a fish tank. It's a little black and orange worm-like creature. And here's a crab's leg. Just something, you know, a bit different. Now I can't send anything off at the minute because of isolation, but you know, how nice will it be to know in the post you're going to be getting this monster made out of a lizard's head, some fossilised shark teeth, and a clown loach. Where's the fucking camera? There we go. Look at him. Now there's pictures of all these on my website, but on the YouTube it will be a lot clearer to see. Here's a fish with hands, clapping, giving a little round of applause. Or a round of applause, if you want puns. And this isn't a fish with hands, but it is a fish with feet. So I've put I like putting mouse feet onto fish, because I think they look better. I think they look wanting when they've not got feet anymore. I don't think it's right. I tried to make what looks like a rocket blasting through the sky with this fish, and I shoved the chicken's foot up its arse. I don't know what you think of that. You see it there, it's... because you can imagine it going across the sky, can't you, like a shooting star, except it's a fish and a chicken's foot. I mean, you may need a bit of imagination for some of these. Here's a love art made out of a headless and tailless, well, a headless snake. I say headless, it's about a quarter of a baby snake or half of a baby snake. Just in a little love art. Just little romantic things, you know, to show people you care about them. Because people are like, oh, you always get me shit, or, you know, you get me flowers, but I'm allergic to them, I've got hay fever, I've got this, I've got that, I don't like chocolates. These are fucking well good things, mate. Stop buying your partners chocolate and that, making them, you know, fat. You might not be keen on them when they get a bit bigger. There's, you know, I mean, I got ridiculed for saying this a while ago, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you like bigger people, you like bigger people, but some people might not like bigger people. Now, if you don't want to risk your partner getting fat and you're against them getting fat, good on you, you know what you like. But what you're going to want to do is stop buying them biscuits, stop buying them chocolate, stop buying them crisps, and start buying them rings with mouse's arseholes inside as well, and love hearts with intestines in. Mouse intestine love hearts saying, oh, you know, I really love you. Fucking no one's ever bought you this before. I know that even if we break up, I'm going to always be in your head, because I'll always be the guy that gave you a mouse's heart inside a little love heart. Just as a thought, you know, make them remember you. Obviously, if you want other people to remember you, strangers, you could buy a bunch of these. Like, imagine if you bought a bunch of these key rings for £3 each. So you could buy yourself, I don't know, 4 of them, and then get on a bus. And maybe you always get on a bus and always the same people are on the bus, and you think to yourself, we live very similar lives, me, her, and him. So why don't I approach them and get to know them? It's a bit weird, isn't it, though, if you start talking to a stranger on the bus. People aren't overly keen, especially if you've been seeing them on there for a couple of years, say you all have the same routine. But if you go and sit next to them, or sit near them, or maybe they all sit together, maybe they all know each other and you want to ingratiate yourself into their group. Have a bunch of key rings, mate. Have a bunch of these, have one on your own keys, and be like, I managed to get these. I don't know if you're into them, but this is a mouse's rib cage, this is a mouse's paw, this is another mouse's rib cage, and I'd like to share them with you. I'd like to be your friend. Them people there, now they may not become your friend, but someone on the bus is definitely going to remember you, and someone's probably going to talk to you. You may make yourself a little friend down the line. If not, it's a story to tell when you're in the pub in a few years' time, or when you reach, you know, your older ages and you're a bit, you know, disillusioned with life and stuff, and you sat there pissed as a fart, telling people, oh, I used to try and make friends by giving mouse hearts to people and mouse feet, but no one ever wanted to be my friend. Then that person in the pub who sat with you might turn to you and go, have you still got them? To which you'll say, I do. And he'll say, let's have one. I'll have one. I'll be your friend for a mouse paw. Give us a mouse foot. Now, you might not want to openly display animal parts inside your house. So I made these as well. These are called Heartstones. So the little geodes, blue, pink, green geodes, agate geodes, and then inside I filled them with resin and put a mouse's heart inside. So it's a little secretive way to display your organs. Here's a Jesus lizard. It's a baby gecko on a crucifix. So what's been your favourite bit so far? I can see there's been a couple people watching. Here's 3 bits of snake, just in a line, like a little tally of snakes. Here's a fish, like a stick drawing of a fish. Well, a stick drawing of a man, but made with a fish and with mice parts. So you've got 4 mouse legs, well, 4 mouse feet, not really the legs. And then the spinal cord and a fish's head dried out and stuck on as a face, like Mr. Game and Watchmeat. Here's a rat's head without its skin. Here's a dead fish. Just a dead fish, nothing too special. Here's another dead chameleon, a little baby chameleon there. Oh, here's a snake's head with a baby mouse in its jaws. This one I call the dragon. It's a little dragon. It's got a rat's head. It's got feet, like chick feet. It's also got a couple of mouse back legs and the spinal cord of a rat. And it looks like a dragon, that dragon from Neverending Story, except it's made out of animal parts. Here's a bigger chameleon. Another little goldfish on its, turning round. It's quite nice that I've managed to keep that shape in there. Here's a baby mouse that I've shoved a crab leg and crab claw onto. See, the resin stuff this time was just a bit of fun. I was experimenting more so, but then the isolation kind of fucked me over. This was supposed to be a Virgin Mark, but instead of it being a Virgin Mark, it was a Virgin Mary. You can see it's the Virgin Mary with a mouse heart inside, but usually I'd put a pair of testicles in there and make it into a Virgin Mark. But I just forgot. I was putting all the testicles into the robots, and I never thought to myself, oh shit, I need to bang a couple in Mary. This fella's called Zvidragon, inspired by the Hydreigon Pokemon, but it's only got 2 heads because I could only fit 2 heads in there. Now that's the head of a millipede that I've wedged into its body there, sort of seamed together. And his hand comes out so you can rub his hand. You can hold hands with a dead lizard. I think it's quite nice. Couple more Heartstones, so they come in various sizes. If you just like geodes though, you can grip a geode off my website as well, they're £1. The Heartstones are a £5, like the other bits with hearts inside, unless it's a key ring, so I've got to go and drill them together. Here's the bumhole I mentioned before, so if you've been hanging around waiting to see an extra bumhole, here's your bumhole. This is here a millipede's arse, a millipede's asshole. Asshole sounds weird when I say it because I'm not American, innit, but it's a bumhole, a millipede's bumhole. I tried to get bubbles coming out of its arse, but it didn't quite work. Right at the tip. Millipedes insides fucking reek meat. They're fucking hanging. Scooping all that out is disgusting. So there's a millipede's arsehole. There's a lizard's arsehole, just for a bit of a comparison. Just if, that's probably something you've never compared before. I've got this one as well. This was another experimental piece. Don't think I'll make another. It's rat's tail chopped up like you would oxtail and put inside a love heart. Another little intestinal love heart, mouse intestine, maybe a bit of chicken intestine to give it a bit of a different colour. This is a baby chicken's head, except I've cut its beak off and its skin off so that I can make some bobbleheads. So I put little chicken heads on springs with googly eyes, and you can flick them and that, and they go wobble around. Here's another dead fish, I think it's a guppy. Snakes and ladders. A ladder made of snakes. And it's got that nice checkerboard pattern on it. That's why I wanted to make it into some form of board game, because it looks like it's got a checkerboard. This here is one of the hearty dinosaurs. So I'll show it you without the. I've only got this one with the necklace. So we will be making more when I can get to the studio, but I can't at the minute. So here's a T-Rex with a chick's heart inside. These seem to be quite a popular one, if I'm really honest with you. But this time I decided to put it on a necklace. So you can obviously wear it because it's a necklace. It's not going to fit over my hood, I don't think. Oh, it will. Look at that. You could even wear it there if you like some form of hippie chick. But it will fit over. But not taking my hood off because my hair might look a bit greasy. Look at that, sitting down there like a fucking goat's beard. It does look greasy, doesn't it, that hair? Jesus. Should have had a wash before I did this. Fuck it. Yeah, so that's... These more of these will be available. But the Brachyhartosaurus, these guys are going to go on key rings. That's my plan. Here's a little bit of something artistic. I called it Paws. Now I called it Paws because it's two dead fish looking like the paws symbol. And fish don't have feet, do they? Most of my fish have feet attached to them. But these don't. I thought that would work, but people don't seem to get it. They don't seem to like that. I put a bit of thought into there. Here's another guppy, another dead guppy. And that's all I've got, guys. So if you want to order yourselves an animal, I've got amalgamations as well available to pre-order. This here is a abominable snowman. So if I can, there's his face. His teeth are in his arsehole. The crispy bit, his head, is because it's crispy because it's a rat's ball sack. And then you've got his hands. He's fully posable as well. You can move him around. He's like a little. It's like an adult toy, but you don't shove it inside yourself. I wouldn't call him a kid's toy because it's not really. I don't want you playing with him because you'll probably break it, something like this. But you do what you want with it when you buy. I mean, it's yours. I wouldn't suggest putting it inside you at all. Please don't put it inside you. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for the hair. It's not going to be good for anything. But it's not that sort of adult toy. It's more of an ornament, really. But yeah, they're my abominable snowmen. Rat's asses as well, which is made from the same part of the rat, but I've kept the tail on it. So it's just a rat's arse, and you stuff its ball sack if it's got one. So that rests on the table, and its tail goes into a love heart. Rat pencil cases are available to pre-order as well, and rat people. Rat people are a new thing. I've been making them for a while, but now they're an actual listing rather than just a type of an amalgamation. Like I made Marge out of half a rat and half a toy. It's bits like that, innit? Just then you've got the ones with the trousers, ones that can expose themselves with a little fake penis. Just a bit of fun for people, you know. So that's it, guys. That's all me wares. So I'll just remind you of the kidney stones and the little mouse love hearts there. And we've got these guys, which are robots with hearts in. They're also on key rings, and then also not on key rings. I've also got robots with mouse testicles inside. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you want to help me out, follow us on Twitch or whatever it's called on there. Trying to get into that because I want to play a game that I've had to download an emulator for. So I'm using the computer. I might as well put it on Twitch. Why not? I've got nothing else to do. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Thanks for watching.